back to the channel. I am sitting out on Onslow Beach. If you zoom in, you can see dolphins right out there, right in front of me. Onslow Beach, North Carolina, part of Camp Lejeune, the very, very start of the Crystal Coast. So, there's a whole bunch of dolphins. See the birds circling around? That means there's fish out there. So the dolphins are after the feed, and so are the birds. Good indication if you're going fishing what to look for. So, channel updates. It's December, last month of the year, 2025. Next month, less than 3 weeks away. Well, just a little over 3 weeks away. 3 weeks till Christmas. Week after Christmas, New Year's. So, some of the things I want to change, I got to change some of my video structure. I got to work on my thumbnails and some of my intros and outros. I reverted back to a previous intro and outro. I may change it up again. I don't know. Structure is going to change a little bit. I've been putting out a lot of videos and kind of no rhyme or reason. I do want to stick with like buys and finds. Stick with like a mail call in with that. I do get mail from time to time. A lot of the stuff I buy and it comes in the mail. So it is a buy. It is also in the mail. So we'll change that around. I want to start with some basic stuff and kind of progressively get more into detail. I so want to start setting up at coin shows. I do set up at coin shows, but it's somebody else's coins, somebody else's tables. I just go to help. My coin club sets up twice a year, technically 3 times a year. They do go to the sister club and set up down in Wilmington, down for the Azalea Festival in the spring. My coin club has one in the spring and in the fall. Now in the immediate area, Morehead City's having one every quarter. It's a little smaller, but it is growing. I wouldn't mind setting up there. It's little, especially during the summer. I think it being Eastern North Carolina, Camp Lejeune. I mean, we got Emerald Isle to the north. We got Topsail Beach to the south. We got big colleges like ECU, ECW, north and south. We got Fayetteville. We got Fort Bragg. Now I think it's Camp Freedom or Camp something. So they did try changing Camp Lejeune to Camp Lejeune years and years and years ago, stating that Camp Lejeune, General Lejeune was French, so it was pronounced Lejeune. About 6 to 9 months later, the family made a big issue about it and wanted to change back to Lejeune because that's the way it's pronounced. So it is back to Camp Lejeune. I've always said Camp Lejeune, and I still call Fort Bragg, and Fort Benning, Georgia, Fort Benning, Georgia. I don't know. Force of habit. Oh, yeah, I see it. I can see it. It's real little. It's going from left side to right side. Kind of looks like a big ship. An LPD or LHA. It's kind of hard to say. Usually if there's one, there's multiple. Usually there's 3 ships to a MEU. Well, there's more to a MEU, but 3 bigger ships, military, Marines, will get on the ships. You'll have boat platoon, air, and then track. you're amphibious, you know. So you'll have the three major decks. Back in the day, back in '99, I was on the 2-6 Mu. We went to Kosovo for Kosovo Liberation, K4. I was on the LPD 13 Ponce. I don't think it's active anymore. Right after we left that ship, it got fitted for females. So we were the last all-male crew. Even though that I think there was one officer female. I don't know. They all stayed above deck. We were below deck. So the O decks were all officer communications and stuff like that, and officer berthing, whereas we stayed down below decks. So, yeah, there's nobody here at the beach today. I may take a little walk out. This is the first time I've been back to the beach in a while. I've been gone. I've been in Pennsylvania, extended stay in Pennsylvania. My brother was working out of state, and his job required him to stay longer, and I stayed longer. So I go to Pennsylvania. I take care of the house, the area, and he's got chickens, dogs and cats, and a large becoming orchard, nut orchard. So usually you think orchard, you think fruit, but it's nuts, tree nuts. Still an orchard. You could call it a farm. He is farming nuts. I guess over 50 chickens, you can consider it a farm anyway. I don't know. Oh, I hear 53. It's probably not a 53. It's probably a offspring. Force of habit to always look. Yeah, still see the ship. So, back to the updates. I kind of have a couple things in mind. Upcoming very shortly is hunting Southwest Ohio's, be his fourth annual, or third annual, New Year's giveaway. It's awesome. Have a great time with it. I had another video, Marine Corps birthday years ago. No metal detecting. When thunder roars, go indoors, fishing only. Oh, they don't have it here. I will stop at the other one. I loved the sign that said no holding of breath. I thought that was awesome. Yeah, surprisingly, 2-6 Mu, we did a lot of our Mu X's, our sock X's in the winter, and then 99, the spring, we set off for our Mu. I think we came back in June, July, 6-month med float. Something like that, somewhere around there. Go up the beach, you got a fire tower up there, observation post. Got the beach house. Way back when I first joined the Marine Corps in '98, that was Officers Beach. Okay. Then the very next beach down, the next big building just on the other side of the water tower, was All Hands Beach, which was E4 and below. Then there was another building past it, which was the Staff NCO Beach. And may God have mercy on your soul if you were in a beach area and not of the rank. So, interesting about Camp Lejeune. And if it didn't grow, it goes. I mean, no glass bottles. Obviously, Marines drink, so I mean, it happened. But this used to be the cleanest beach in the area. So clean. I mean, we had Marines that were transitioning out, that their last 3 or 4 months would be beach patrol, and they'd pick up garbage, clean. It was very, very, very clean beach and very nice. I mean, it didn't get too rowdy. People did do a little cookout and stuff like that, but they had little beach houses that they all got blown down. There was a couple down through the dunes here, and you'd be able to rent them for the day, and they had like a little shower in them, a picnic table, and some. It was an overcover, and you'd get out of the sun, you'd rent them, have like little picnics in there, family reunions or whatever. Most of those got blown. All of them, I think, got blown down from past hurricanes. Florence being the major one. When I first got here back in '98, there was Risley's Pier, which from where I'm standing way down the beach, 2 miles perhaps, used to be a nice, really nice pier. It got damaged during one of the hurricanes in '99, or early 2000 when I came back from Medfloat. It was gone. And then they said that it cost $5 billion to rebuild it up to code because they'd have to go with concrete stanchions and all that. No breath holding. Underwater swimming. Very interesting. So that's the Wasp. The 2.4 Mu. They just had some LCUs go out. They're doing an offload. I guess the Mu came back from their Medfloat. So if there's one, there's multiple. There's 3 of them, but the other ones are on the up. They're on the other side of the horizon. So this one will circle in. It will go out. Then maybe one of the other ones will come in. Yeah, they'll just sit off coast here and do gator squares. I drove down. So that's a look down at where I was. The building in between us is what was All Hands Beach. Here's the water tower. Down there is where Risley's Pier is. There's cones there. Now they got that part of the beach shut off. And then just to the right where the road is, where the power lines are, that road's been shut down for years as far as public transport, or POV transportation, privately owned vehicles. So it's military only, but used to be able to you can walk from here. It used to be about a mile to where Risley's Pier is. Then there was about a mile past there to where what they call the Point, and it's where Topsail Inlet. So you got this island, and then Topsail Island kind of break through with the Intercoastal Waterway. A little campground, little pavilion. Here's the beach houses. I stay in these at least once a year. They're awesome. They look really little. Right on the other side of my Jeep. There's a few parks. There's this one. Well, I guess you'd call them parks. There's this one. It's probably got maybe 12. Go down. The blue building they just built, it's a 2-level beach house. Then there's a little park right there. Then way down there, down where I was at, are the yellow trailers, double wides and single wide trailers. Some of them are 2, some of them are single family rentals. Then there is another this is the no hookup, so there's no water, no electric here. So this is the dry park. Then down by the new bridge, you can see the booms where they're doing construction. They're changing out the drawbridge. Well, they built a new one. The old one's historical and it always breaks. So just right around there is where the other campground is. It has the electric and tents. Interesting vehicle. I never got a chance to drive those. 7 tons Humvees, 5 tons. 5 tons were replaced by the new 7 tons made by Oshkosh. Oh, dolphin. Guess I beat him down here. You're right in front of the ship. Wow, not in front of the ship. Now, technically, me standing on the beach, if you look out at the horizon, I can't remember nautical miles, but that's 5 miles. I can't remember the nautical miles, but it's 5 miles to the horizon. And that ship, from waterline up, I bet you, 6, 7 stories, so 70 feet above. Obviously, at the base of that ship, if you would... also that ship there, it's left. So it's facing to the left. So the rear, you'd probably not be able to recognize or realize, but it will sink and it will flood the well deck, and you'll get LCACs and ships that will come in through the back and load and offload that way. Pretty interesting. But at that far of a distance, you'd never see the 10 feet of drop. 10 feet-ish. They have ballasts that will lower the ship enough to where it will take on water. They used to flood the well decks. We used to have still beach picnics and go swimming in the well decks. Hopefully this is released on the 7th, which would be Pearl Harbor Day, which is it is what got us into World War II. So I do want to change the structures of my videoing. I've put out a couple videos. I enjoy it. I am at this point in time, 2024, December 6th, I am not monetized and haven't been monetized or have any sponsors or anything. But I do this for fun. I enjoy it. It keeps me going. There are weeks, sometimes months at a time, I don't put anything out. That's because I'm not able to. I may be filming on my phone or the GoPro, but I do a lot of my editing and movie stuff on a laptop. You may see, this channel and my personal channel be interchangeable to an extent. I do have a personal Gmail account. I do surf the YouTube world with both accounts, more and less, but however, Lester Exton, that is me, Lester Exton Jr. And I do frequently move around, and I've had that account since 2009, 2008. So when I decided to do a YouTube thing, I wanted to start all over. I wanted to have like a brand, we'll say, or, a concept. I did have other people that were really on board with doing this with me. That's where the collectibles come in at, and the cards. However, those 3 people instantly, as soon as I really started doing stuff, dropped out. So it is just me. I just do coins, but I also do some stuff, some postcards, I do oblong, elongated coins, tokens, and world coins. I mean, but for the most part, it's just been me. And if I would open up a brick and mortar, it would have this, I would trademark it and license it and go all out. Because I really do like the deadheads coin aspect. Long story, deadheads with a Z. I thought that was awesome. Multiple Z, catchy. Coin, yeah, I love coins. Coin being a term, like coin the term. So yeah, it is singular, but it's catchy. Deadheads, well, you have to be deceased to be on an American coin, U.S. coin. So that's where that came in at. My logo, originally I was going to have Mount Rushmore be all, skulls, and I still like that aspect, and I still may do something with that, but yeah, obviously who's on Mount Rushmore, I did think that would be kind of catchy. But, I stuck with Lincoln. I really like Lincoln. I like the penny. Obviously, out of all the coinage, the U.S. cent is probably my best go-to coin to coin roll hunt and to collect. So a little bit about me. I am retired from the military. Did 8 years in the Marine Corps, a little over 8 years, 8 years and 4 months. Got out of the Marine Corps, went into the Army. So I am a Marine, retired Army. And then in the Army, I got medically retired after 3.5 years. I got injured, and they told me it's the U.S. Army, not the Salvation Army, and I's gots to go. So after I got out of the military, I went to school and got a computer information technology degree, and I'm not happy with that, but I just don't like technology. Let's just say when I started my degree, I was on Windows 95 into 98. When I got out, they're like, Windows 10 is the Windows to end all Windows. And if you know, we're on Windows 11. So it was rough. I learned a lot, met a lot of people, enjoyed what I did as far as learning, being an associate's degree. Associates in applied science. Yeah, something like that. So it was fun. I really enjoyed it. Now I am retired. I also do a lot of volunteer work for NC State. I'm a master gardener for 6 years. So I do a lot of stuff with the Master Gardener program. I also am pretty heavily into my coin club, local coin club. So I help set up coin shows, and I have fun. I teach a couple classes at the coin club meetings. Yeah, it's interesting. I enjoy it. I like being disconnected every once in a while. Yeah, this year's been kind of hectic. I've been in Pennsylvania probably 50% on and off, back and forth. So I've been really busy. That I did manage to upload some stuff, some videos. So it wasn't too bad. I got to do a couple of the shows this year, the Pan Show, the Fun Show that's coming up next month. I will be going to Florida, Orlando, Florida, first weekend of January for the Fun Show. My Coin Club gets a table down there at the Coin Club section. As far as the rest of the year, I wanted to go to Canada this year. I got my passport all taken care of, and I did not get a chance to go to Canada. So Canada's on my list this year, and I wouldn't mind driving into Mexico. So we'll see. And, Utah, I didn't do Utah this year. My son changed jobs, and he wasn't able to get time off. So perhaps this year around Mother's Day, I'll drive out to Utah and go 4-wheeling either in Moab or somewhere down there. I think that'd be really fun, and spend 2 weeks or so, and maybe 3 weeks. It depends. I'll drive to Pennsylvania, then from Pennsylvania to Missouri out to Utah. Then I could always swing down in through Texas and come down 20. So either way, I think would be really fun. Yeah, so stay tuned for some updates, some changes. Hopefully changes for the better. Steelers are doing pretty good this year. Go Steelers. Alrighty, well, if you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, thank you and have a grateful day.